Wheatfield? What up, guys? Weeds. Wake up and be awesome is the cup. Wake up and be awesome. We got our coffee today, y'all. We had lost our shaker cup. We found it in the refrigerator. We lost it. We didn't know. We didn't remember that we had put it in the refrigerator. And then we were like, forget it. We got our mindset on coffee. And so that's what we're doing. Aw, sun sis. I I don't know why my brain just kind of stopped, y'all. It's kind of giving indecision. We were picking up the energy of indecisiveness. Like, I don't know if somebody feels like they're out in limbo, but Spirit put in the description, like how we always say rising message, they said risen. So you have risen, or you are rising up. What did they say? Rising something. We can't even remember. Oh, rising and gaining. Risen and gaining. So it's definitely giving like the energy of somebody kind of rising up, or you're rising up and you are making gains. So it's almost giving like an energy of somebody. I don't know if you don't feel like you are actually making gains, like if you don't feel like it, but it's like, or maybe you feel it but you don't see it. Feel it before you see it is what I'm getting. It's giving like the energy of when you start working out and stuff and you feel the muscle aches and stuff like that before you see the progress. You probably be feeling it, feeling it. Do you look like it still look the same? Which could get discouraging and like all this pain for nothing, but it's not. Like you are making gains, things are happening, you just don't see it yet. You feel it, but you don't see it. That's what we getting. So thank you for tapping in. Wake up and be awesome. Take your time. Remember to put things where you normally put them because you might forget where it's at and lose it. We did that. We lost our cup. We found it in the refrigerator. But we are drinking our coffee. We did put some clove in it today, so it gives it like a kind of warm feeling. It didn't come out as much as we hoped, you know. So we may add a couple more cloves to the pot just to really get that flavor out. Hope everybody is keeping warm. Thank y'all so much for tapping into the Tears of Tarot show. It's definitely starting slow. Like a cold winter day. Like you trying to get out there and get the car started, you got to get all this snow off and defrost it and heat it up and warm it up. Man, the cold Crisco is thick. We picking up Lost Souls. We have the Astro Matrix Tarot in Ascendium. And we were putting these two away, these two decks, because we were like, we used them last night and a couple major minis. And we thought we were done speaking with them, as we were saying yes, but then when we went to put them away, it was like they wanted to leave them right here. So it was giving like this indecisive energy, like something or somebody keeps saying they're done with something, but they keep coming back to it. Or they're done with something, they keep coming back to it, or they keep saying like I want it, but then you don't go get it. It's giving like a conflict between desire, expression, action. It's kind of like just out of alignment. So I don't know if we are actually going to use these, if they are just for like a part of the message or what. Take your time, because again, I feel a energy of confusion and indecision. Like somebody who really doesn't know either the direction, how to get to where they're going, or something. I'm not for sure. What it is that they want, what they desire. Like somebody could really be stuck trying to figure out what they want. So let's jump into some cards. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. I appreciate y'all for being here. This is your girl Lottie here at Tears of the Tarot Show. When you show enough, never know what you're going to get. It's going to start slow, as y'all can see. We got to get this Crisco out the pan and get it warmed up, beloved. But the Alpha and Omega, they come in and they get to cooking. They are always with us. They are bringing the message, right? So a part of how they bring it is a part of the message. So thank you so much for sticking through it. If you can stay. If you can't stay for however long you stay, I appreciate you anyway. Ashe. Have a great day. Radiant health and illumination is coming through. Radiant health and illumination we're seeing. Thank you to the spirit for protecting us. My physical form is in perfect harmony with my spirit, allowing me to fulfill my purpose with strength and grace. I am picking up somebody that is out of alignment. Not just your physical form being in perfect harmony with the spirit, but it's giving me like out of alignment on various different levels. Illumination is coming through. I open myself to greater awareness. Coming through. What was that? No. Somebody doesn't want you to step into this energy. Harmonic home and awakening, and we see a guardian of light. There's something about what you're doing or attempting to do on a daily basis that somebody does not want you to do it. It's either a version of yourself that's raging against the illumination of your light. It could be your shadow self that's like trying to get you to stay into past routines that are no longer serving you. It could be people in a community that doesn't want you to change what you're doing to come into illumination because your change no longer serves them. They no longer benefit off and awaken you. And maybe that's what it is. Like, wake up and be awesome. Somebody going through their illumination, they're waking up. And it changes who you are. It's giving big cat energy. I'm seeing it's giving Bastet vibes. You could have an affinity for felines or big cats, or a big cat spirit could be associated with you. You could come from, you could realize that maybe I don't know why I'm getting something traced back. Not just ancient times, because I kind of stay away from that. Try to anyway, because people feel like the most ancient time in history is like when Kemet was at the height of its society, and I rage against that viewpoint. A lot of ancient Kemetian or Egyptian theories, religions, the basis of what they were doing came from I'm trying to remember, in Africa or the continent thereof. Do they say like Cairo was on the lower cataract or the upper? It feels reversed. So I think where Cairo, modern day Cairo, or ancient Kemet is in the lower cataract. Don't get me wrong. Don't kill me in the comments if I have them reversed. Because Africa is kind of separated into cataracts. So there's an upper cataract and a lower cataract. And it almost feels like what they consider is the lower cataract, they categorize it to be the upper. So I could be wrong. I could be misremembering. But what I'm picking up is something that comes more from Nubia. Nubian, Ethiopian, not Kemetian. Something that predates Kemet is what it's giving. Not just like Sumeria or anything like that. It's given Nubian. That's what I'm picking up. So you may be getting some information that's coming down your lineage. This could come in, as information as you're going through your illumination, through your awakening. It could be downloads, it could be feelings, premonitions, it could be things that they are bringing you, this guardian is bringing you to kind of guide you in the right direction to see something. It could be leading you to texts, articles, videos, books, a need to study, to know something. It could be leading you into more meditation. And they may reveal to you through meditation. Whatever this is, I am getting downloads. I'm getting an understanding of self. I'm getting vitality, a return of health. And I'm getting somebody's daily choices changing. Like, that's why we were so upset. Like, damn it, we can't fucking find our cup. Because every day, I want to say since like December 22nd, 23rd, we've been getting up, making our vitamin juice, drink that, and then we'll have our, our workout, we'll have our coffee, all while, we do the message while we're drinking the juice, and then we'll have our workout, and then we'll have our coffee, and we enter the day. Today it was like, everything was like off. Couldn't find a cup, you know, couldn't decide when we was gonna do the message, before or after workout. It was just weird. It was just off. It was like, how a person really gets going on their resolutions and they're starting to make a habit, and people don't want to see you change. Yeah, spiritual gifts. And we see sovereignty pressing that, and somebody does have a divine counterpart, and here's that vitality supporting the development or manifestation of an ideal reality. So it's definitely getting like, you are a sovereign entity. You have a divine counterpart. It's a guardian of light, and it's given in the spirit. I don't feel like this is a they're definitely not a physical entity. They are spiritual. And this is the divine counterpart. And they may be trying to bring you into enlightenment and bring you some information. You definitely are, going to be made aware of your spiritual gifts. They may be trying to get you to practice more self-love, like have an abundance of self-love. I saw that card combination. So even in this new cycle, somebody could have made a commitment, like, I'm gonna spend more time loving on self, whether it's doing shadow work, whether it's purifying myself, purification, whether it's detoxing. I'm making a commitment to tapping into the higher power, really open up that intuitive wisdom, again, spiritual gifts, and come into alignment. Aligned action, because that's what I was getting. It was giving me a very much like a lot of resistance, indecisive, not sure what to do, which way to go, if you should be doing it. It could be the influence of an outside energy, external factors that don't want you to kind of do what you're doing. Sometimes people feel like, when you get into spirituality and you start looking into your ancestry, you start pulling on where did you come from and getting into your indigenous cultural practices. How did my ancestors practice? How did my ancestors connect? How did they commune? How did they, deepen themselves and have a more intimate relationship with the Most High? Do I come from, a community that may have expressed some sort of supernatural gifts? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any folklore? Are there any legends? You know what I mean? Things like that come from where my ancestry leads to. And that's what I'm kind of getting, like a journey of somebody being on a pathway to enlightenment. They're following the guidance of their guardian that's kind of taking them and leading them towards this information so that they can come into alignment. It does feel like, they're wanting you to go to a whole different level. They may be, for some reason, light codes is coming through. It's definitely spiritual guidance. Like, they definitely guiding you to have more vitality, more energy, more life force, more access, or the ability to harness your life force. Extending your years, giving you vibrancy, giving you the intention, the passion, the ambition, the fire to go for what you want. It could definitely also be revealing to you a higher purpose besides just, learning and growing here on Gaia. Yeah, understanding. Definitely getting that. And we do see energetic purging, so definitely getting like, purge your energy. See, somebody is being told about their inner divinity, like who you are. Like, do you know that divine is with you, is in you? You might be searching for something that is already within. You may be looking on the outside, and they may be telling you to go inside and seek. I honor the divinity within me, recognizing my eternal nature beyond form and time. Yes, spiritual gifts. So it's definitely something with that. I don't know. For some reason, I kind of almost got like the feeling of someone being able to dream, dream state energy, but maybe travel back and even either see or interact with a past version of yourself. Like it's something about like, damn, that's me, or having the feeling or sentiment that of that energy, like that's me. So you may even be coming to aware like this isn't your first time around Gaia. This isn't your first life cycle. You may be here to finish something, to complete something you started a long time ago, and your spirit team is reminding you of that. Hello, Eric. Thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you. Hi, great day. Thank you to everybody that's tapping in. Thank you so much for being patient as these ingredients come together, make the meal. So we can be spiritually edified and strengthened. Very yoke that's on our shoulders, beloved, overflow. I pray that you receive it, that you feel spiritually fed and edified to bear the yoke that's on your shoulders. This is true. Ace of Swords coming through. It's giving divine clarity. Right. I pray that you overflow and we meet in the middle for the sake of unity, harmony, peace, wisdom, understanding. Six of Swords. Yeah, this is something that the Spirit is doing to bring you to a place of success, of victory, of peace, of calm. Seven Swords here, so I do feel like there's some sort of strategy that the Spirit is using. It could be other factors in your life. It could have been a past cycle. You could have experienced lies, deceit, some sort of tragedies, heartaches, people stealing from you, taking things from you, just feeling like you are living in a world of mental chaos, like mental fuckery. And I'm getting that the Spirit is using these things to push you into a place where you are ready spiritually to be realigned. Sometimes if they have to put us through a series of situations and events, unfortunate events, to ready us in the spirit to return back into ourselves, to find the inner divinity. Oftentimes we'll be seeking externally because we've been taught to seek externally. We've been taught to seek something else, like whether it's through, religion or whatever the case may be. It's always an external validation, an external intrinsic factor, external or extrinsic factor. It's not you returning into yourself to get inner standing, to see your inner divinity. So all of this is giving me a series of events that the Most High has kind of allowed to play out in your life that cause hardship, to press you, to test you, all for the purpose of sending you back into you. Yeah, Ace of Cups. It's to get back in touch with your spirit. That's exactly what we picking up. Nine of Wands. See, the pressure was coming from like the spirit itself to make you battle, to cause you to battle. And the battle was supposed to be tough enough where you felt injured, you felt tired, you started to get weary. That way you would come into a point of surrenderance and let it go. Like release all the things that you thought that you knew, what you thought you were. Right, to ready you for the food, to be in this energy. Not like foolish, but to receive a new beginning. It's to receive a new beginning. And it's raising you up to be this leader. King of Wands is here, and behind the King of Wands is this page. Page of Wands. It's the Eight of Cups right here. This is giving me the spiritual journey. That's the top. Four of Swords. It's to bring you to a place of peace and rest, in a personal, intimate way of connecting to the divine within, to feel it, to know it. It's given to understand that it's with you all the time. There's nowhere that you can go that you are without it. Ace of Wands. That's what they want you to remember so that you can act aligned action, Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning, aligned action, align with the truth. And this, the moon is here, and it's saying that I'm getting Emperor as the Omega, putting you through 10 swords for a specific reason. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. It's given like causing you to struggle in the past so that you can understand what was already put in you. See, the moon is, oh, that's the sun. I thought that was the moon coming right back out. Yeah, it's definitely bringing you to an enlightenment, illumination. And we said that. They said that. We didn't say shit. We don't say nothing. What you talking about? Nothing. We don't be saying shit. It's right here. The illumination. That's this. Alright. So you are being illuminated. And a lot of times when we are going through the process of illumination, it is the trials and tribulations. It's the hard shit. It is, you know, the fights, the fuckery. It is the karmic relationships. Everything that is brought to test you, to push you, to grow you, right? To stretch you, to even cause some sort of traumatic event that makes you return to yourself. And depending on how stubborn you are about returning to self, could be an indicator of how many events you have experienced, right? The spirit might have to keep boom, 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 like hitting you and tapping you to make you run back into you, to follow what you are saying to yourself. I hope this is like coming together. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you so much for tapping in, for having the patience and the diligence to allow the ingredients to come together to stick it through. I appreciate you so much. Yes, the enlightenment. I told you this, like, I cannot make this shit up, like, at all. Somebody is being brought to their inner divinity. Somebody is getting ready to have a breakthrough. If you are not already, you could also be going through a lesson in forgiveness, like to release either forgiveness to the Most High God or those who are your adversaries that you feel like you went through situations with. You may be blaming them, like, if this person didn't do such and such and such and such, I wouldn't feel like this. But if the Most High God didn't use that person to make you feel like that, then you wouldn't have returned to yourself. Your soul already knew you needed that person to do what they did so that you can return to you. So sometimes they be knowing. See, information and illumination, right? And we said that you were getting illuminated. The sun come out, we said you were getting illuminated, Spirit said, right? And then they brought the chakra card that said that you are becoming enlightened. Now, see, 1 card, y'all can be like, oh, she just another reader just telling us some shit. 2 cards, okay, that's coincidence. We probably could kind of go with it. 3 cards, Spirit said, please believe me. Please believe me, we're not sitting up here just making up shit and pulling it out our ass for nothing. It's really not. Spirit trying to let somebody know what's going on in their life so that they can hold on. You might get tired, you might get weary, you might be like turning against, like your faith could be running low. It's because like the Spirit is putting you through. And it's putting you through to awaken you, to help you remember what's inside of you, to empower you, to take you from this Page of Wands to this King of Wands. It's growing you. What up, Anthony? Thank you so much for tapping in, beloved. Wow, let's see. Doing your research on how to spiritually detox. A physical detox, eating more good food, salads, drinking more water. Yeah. You know what? A spiritual detox, it's really like that long process of allowing yourself to be stripped down. It's like vulnerability, and understand that anything that we have on Gaia, you know, that is being manipulated in some sort of way. It's all inspired, but it's inspired and written by people who do have motives. So allow yourself to understand that there is fallibility in everything that we know. Leave space, leave room. And always allow your spirit to discern for you. Where it takes you, allow it to guide you. it's like sitting in the position of letting go of what you think you know to realize or learn something new. It's like with kind of like the first Matrix, like for real, for real. That's the way it felt in a sense to me. I felt like that movie was one of the best ways to kind of illustrate that sentiment of going through enlightenment. Like when you wake up and realize that there's so many senses and muscles that you've never even used before. They're atrophied, you don't know what to do with them, and it's like, okay, what do you mean I've never used my eyes before? Like I haven't been using my eyes. What do you mean I use these all the time? No, the fuck, these don't see shit. You know what I'm saying? They read light data, right? They pick up light. So when you start to understand like what's really happening around you, how much more there is to sense, how many more of your senses have been shut down or that are laying dormant, how much information has been manipulated, how much information has been lost because people don't want you to tap into your spiritual gifts. You start to see like, damn, is that the reason why they was like demonizing certain things? Is that the reason why, people who had gifts were burned at the stake? Is that the reason why they would hunt these people down? Why? Shit, that why is serious. That why have you understand, overstand that you could change your whole reality, beloved. That is other forces at play that's trying to keep you and your gifts, your power at bay. I don't know why I've heard Michael Bay. Could be word association, but it could be something with the name Michael. Hey, Jimmy, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you tapping in. Yes. You know what? Because, Anthony, when I tell you, when I felt like Neo, like when they be like, you got to let it all go. Everything that you thought you knew, let it go. And be open to learning everything new. You really have to allow yourself to go there. And a lot of people are fearful. Like it makes them feel very unhinged, very unattached. They have a hard time letting go of their world purview and what they've been programmed to believe. And you cannot tell them that it's not true. That's why it's very difficult to free minds. And it has nothing to do with like the age of a person, really. Well, it does, but then again, it doesn't. But at the same, because like if you have a childlike spirit, like this energy here, you have a childlike spirit and you maintain that, then you understand that you don't know everything. You sit in a position like I'm always willing to learn, like a page of swords or something like that. I'm waiting for information, page of pentacles. I'm always ready to study. I'm always ready to observe. I'm always open to the truth, right? And if you stay open like that, no matter what your age is, you will, have a better time with adjusting. It could even be a glorious, exciting adventure where you just like fall down this rabbit hole and you get awakened to all these different things. Things within you that are dormant start to open up. You understand the true functionality of this vehicle that we ride in and what's inside of it, outside of it, and how it's all connected. 3 different layers, and shit, you get after it. You can get so slick with it in this King of Wands developing into this magician, like mastering your wand. And this King of Wands I love because they have 2 wands in their hands. Look. They got 2. They don't have just one. They got a firm grip on 2 different wands. So if you are, you came out with this inspiration, you gonna fucking do that shit and you gonna master it and you gonna master something else at the same damn time. Because here they go. Damn, Spirit, I didn't even notice that. Thank you so much. Here go your 2 wands. A page here and another Ace of Wands. So whatever the Spirit is taking you to do and to learn through this illumination and opening up of your spiritual gifts through purification, tapped into your higher power, your inner divinity, using your intuitive wisdom, you're going to look 2 wands. This page and this ace. You're going to grow them up. And For somebody, you take this how it resonate. You could be even colder than that. Cause these two wands could fucking turn around and make you got two here and two there, that could be four wands. You talking about you could be standing up business, entrepreneurship, it could be a whole different marriage union, even within yourself or with another person. It could be partnerships. Like I said, it's given whatever you do, the spirit is giving you the material to create something stable. Something stable, something fruitful, something that will last. It's giving lasting. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. I appreciate your likes and your comments. Get your power back. Look at the crystals. And it look like she holding a wine. That's a wine she got in her hand. Look at that. Wow. See, here in this photo, it's topped with the leaves and shit, other things. But this one is topped with crystals. It's got a crystal ball at the top, so I don't know if y'all can see our little dusty crystal ball that's sitting here that we need to clean off. So you can realize that a part of your spiritual gifts is the ability to see, right? To predict. It could be foresight. It could be premonitions. One of the people that I think is very cool, and I think she does most of her work on like TikTok or Instagram. Her name is, I think her legal name is Ebony, but I think her influencer name is like Jasmine's Garden, and she proclaimed herself. She's like a self-proclaimed witch, but she has, we always say, witchcraft are you using? And she's very, herbalistic, esoteric. I've never heard anything from her that made me feel like she uses her spiritual gifts in a very dark way, like to manipulate, to create malice, to create harm or some shit. Because any person with true spiritual gifts know that when you do that work, it comes back to you. It does. So we are a person that we're only going to pray wonderful good things over you. Right? Like we will ask the Most High God to do what it's going to do. Especially if we feel like a person may be facing their karmatic justice. They could be suffering with something. Like maybe we can see them going against principle, going against the law. We're not going to be like, oh, we wish this on you. No. Because we know that whatever we say onto another person, we set it to a reflection of ourselves. Therefore, it will reflect back to self. So we don't put anything on anybody that we would not want for ourselves. So pray onto them as you would have them pray onto you. Someone new is coming. Someone new is coming. So you may end up meeting a partner, somebody that will help you on this journey. It's an important relationship. So open your mind and your heart so that happiness can enter your life. It will be another person. Yes. You know what? It's just such a thing with people. I don't know why I got this just come through like that, but it's something like people have a tendency to sit in conversation and speak down on other people, and then we wonder why we wrestle in our spirit with so many things. It's because what you're saying is out of the mouth, the tongue, the power of the tongue. And it's not just the tongue, it's the power of your throat chakra, your God voice, right? So when this inner divinity is out of alignment and you are still using the power of your throat, that spiritual gift, and you are speaking out. Some people speak out in vitriol and chaos and all that stuff, and they don't realize that a lot of the chaos and turmoil that they experience is the direct result of the energy that they are emitting. The universe picks up on your frequency and what you put out. When you align with that I would just call it your shadow self. Like the other side of you that would sit in company with people who would gossip and talk about other people, who, maybe when they talk about world events, they always talk about everything that's going wrong with the world, never recognizing what's going right. It's like they have a tendency to lean into darkness and to talk I have a hard time with darkness right now, but it's leaning into the negativity. Because dark doesn't mean negative, right? So sometimes we have to stop associating dark with negative, dark with low polarity or negative polarity, because that's not what it is. It's just certain frequencies are heavier. They don't allow you to rise, right? So if you want to lighten your spirit, then you want to sit in the energy of delight, like joy, contentment, peace, serenity, tranquility. You want to think about how is it that we can still have joy and wonderment in this day. Hold on to a childlike spirit despite everything that's going on. Do you still hold compassion in your heart? Are you still empathetic, sympathetic? Can you still help another person? Can somebody walk up to you and ask you a question without you just flipping the fuck out and going off? You know, it's so, and I'm not getting on my sisters, but think about that. If you wanted somebody to come in your life, somebody new, but every time a person approach you, you instantly flip the fuck out. What? Shit. Don't you see me pumping my gas? You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You don't have to be like Miss Barbie and sunshiny and smiling all the motherfucking time. You don't owe nobody shit. But it don't take nothing to be kind, beloved. It doesn't cost you anything. And kindness always returns to you in kind. It returns to you in kind. You could fuck around and miss the person that you know, might have had some sort of connection with because you instantly flipped out. Because, you know, and that's days that shit is dangerous too. People weird. People don't know how to accept rejection. They not fully developed. They emotions are arrested. Arrested development. That's for all of us. Some people don't got no damn attention span, zero. If I ain't saying shit that holds your attention, like if it ain't moving at lightning speed and it ain't gimmicky and trendy, then people will click the fuck off. They like, I ain't got time to be listening to shit about getting my damn self in alignment and touching into my inner divinity, and I probably got spiritual gifts. I'm not supposed to do that shit no way. Pray from the heart. Watch what you're praying for. And the people that you are praying over. And for somebody needs to understand about the people that they praying against. It's been a thing about people praying against those who are coming into their enlightenment and into their illumination. And I don't know if y'all really understand, and we kind of brought up, you know, the ostracizing of those who have spiritual gifts for a reason. It's been coming out in the cards that people who tap into, you know, a more intimate relationship with their source, if you call it the alpha and the omega, that's what we say, the beginning and the ending, right? We cannot name it. It is the creator of all things. It is the source of all. So we have a very intimate relationship. We don't have to go to a synagogue or any other community building to fellowship to find our connection. It is always with us. If anything, we're more of a purist in some aspects. Like, we don't believe that you need to go to those places to find the Most High. I believe that the Most High God is around you in everything. It is truly omnipresent. So when they say, you know, that concept that it is in everything, that it is everywhere, it is within and without, we seriously sit in that. So if you meditate on that concept itself and really hone in on that, you will see that the Most High God is with you all the time. It is in everything. It is always working. It is always engaged. You are always engaged with it. You are just engaging with it in as many varieties that you can access it, right? So you can realize that that is still it. And to me, that enlightenment did so much. I realized that the gifts that it had put in me, that we realized that we had, that made us feel quirky, that made us feel different, made us feel odd when we were young, made us feel isolated because we didn't understand it. And there was nobody around us that could explain it to us. We did not know why we could see certain things. We didn't know why we could feel certain things, why we could dream certain things, and the dream that we had comes true, and then now you sitting up there like, shit, I dreamt it and now it happened, so did I do it? Did it come from me? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have people to kind of talk you through that. And the spirit will send you through a series of events to prepare you, to ready you to return to yourself, to receive something. The fact that I never felt like I was really included or fit in, and I always kind of felt a little isolated, it worked well for us. It served us because doing what we do and having the gifts that we have, you can feel isolated. A lot of people are not gonna get it, and sometimes the shit that happens around us, people can quite frankly be afraid of it. So I feel like people are just shutting me out, or I thought that they were for a while, like, oh, they just, shut me out, or they don't get it, or whatever. It's because they were afraid. And people, like, they have a thing with the things that they're afraid of. They may want to destroy it, right? People try to destroy what they're afraid of. So considering spirituality and like it's the it being bolstered back into the spotlight, almost like running a wave of a trend right now. Everybody's getting into the esoteric. Everybody's, understanding, or learning about the properties of crystals, how to work with them. That's something that we really not even that versed in knowledgeable. You know what I mean? We kind of line them up according to their colors, right? And we can tell like energy centers in the body, and we align them to that. We can feel the frequency. It's just like that thing. But we never really got into it like that. So because there is like this trend of people kind of getting into their spirituality, and it's not just necessarily just the trend, it's the time that we're in. Like the spirit is really calling people to raise up into illumination, and those who have the call to raise frequency, to change the frequency, to increase the vibration and tune it towards positivity so that Gaia can, transform, then all these people are kind of, the spirit is so uneasy through everything that you've been tested by, is running you to reconnect into something pure. What you get from external forces they're not going to satisfy what your spirit is craving. It's not. It's going to lead you back, all the way fucking back. Right, to touch base to something real, something true, something pure, something that can feed you, enlighten you to who you really are. Yes, that's what they said. They just said we are correct. And this yellow shirt is giving enlightenment. Yes. Right, so everything you have listened to is giving your inner guidance. Make a wise choice and keep moving forward. You are listening to your inner divine right now, and you're making a wise choice. Them little yellow shoes she got on with that little yellow shirt is definitely giving me this person, this page, like coming into a world of inspiration and enlightenment, like everything being made new again. It just feels beautiful, and it takes courage and bravery to move through this space, because oftentimes you lose people along the way, people who are unable to allow their mind to be flexible and to grow into being like that. So be careful. You will come under spiritual attack, and it's because they want to destroy what they don't understand. You're under spiritual attack because people want to destroy what they don't understand. If you are spiritually gifted and you are trying to, really engage in your illumination journey, you're getting all this new information, you're touching back to your indigenous roots, finding about your cultural practices, what was that heritage, what did it look like, and how did they connect, and thinking about what does that mean to you right now in this day, and a pull towards that line, coming into alignment with that information, that truth. Somebody is taking inspired action. Ace of Wands to take their power back. 13. Somebody is going through a transformation. a transformation. That's like the death to the past person who you used to be and allowing yourself to be reborn, understanding your inner divinity, allowing it to rise up within. You want this? Somebody could be called to nature. For some reason that was coming out. Like the spirit may call you to sit and watch and ground in nature using certain elements. For somebody, for some reason, a season you could be called to water. Another season you could be like enchanted by fire. Another season you may just want to sit and feel the breeze, feel the wind, and breathe the air. And for somebody else, another season you may want to put your hands in the dirt, go outside and garden, do some landscaping. You might just have like, I don't never plant flowers, but for some reason I got this thing in my spirit that says that we're gonna plant flowers this year. We're gonna start a garden this year. It's the call to the dirt. And somebody may even enjoy the smell of soil. It might sound weird, but it's the spirit calling you back to your elements. Trust in your purpose. Trust in the divine purpose. 34, which is 7. That's the 7 swords we were getting here. Ace of swords and the 6 swords is 7 swords. It's given like trust what the spirit is saying and what they're doing. You're going to be called to rely on different things or using your senses differently. Kind of like when you smell something, like you walk into a place, if you love the smell of coffee, you'll walk in, you smell the coffee, your mouth starts to salivate. You know your body is saying like, damn, I would really like a cup of coffee. That shit smells so good. You're going to start to feel like that, but just about the elements of earth in general. Like I said about the water, man, I just really need to be by some water. You know, I really need, to have that. I really need to get some sun on my face. I really need to get some sunshine. Just lay there and bathe for a minute. It's giving that type of energy. Be honest with yourself and let it go. So you are being called to let go of past, mindsets, to allow your mind to be flexible, adaptable, to be malleable like clay. Right? Recognize signs from above. You do have a guardian that is with you, that's trying to guide you through this ascension, and angels of healing are with you. Right? It's like a time to heal. It's giving healing past the past programming. Releasing that from the mind, allowing yourself to go through the reset, and allowing yourself to learn, to become young again like this page, to be inspired by the mysterious things, the moon, the things that you don't see. That's another element that somebody could be called to. Somebody could be really like called to the sun, to sit in the sun, and then somebody may be called, for a time to go sit in under the moonlight, to just allow yourself to moon bathe and get that energy from that different type of space. It's very different feeling and sentiment from the sun to the moon. And the moon brings up subconscious, it brings up emotions, it brings up the things that are in your dark, eternal, the universe that is within you in that dark space, and it helps to bring it up and illuminate it so that you can see it. It's given like, I'm seeing the high priestess, like the solitude card, like she could read the book. So let's get the big psychic deck and see what's being pulled up, and then we're gonna call it. I think we just about at our time. Yeah, see, there's the Ace of Swords. Definitely clarity coming through. Split right on that. Right? And it says win or lose. And at this point, this challenge, right? It's like coming into the spot in your life where it's the turning point, right? It is the turning point. It may not be your inflection point. For somebody, it could be your inflection point. But for many, it's going to be your reflection point. A time for you to reflect and look back, to analyze. Look, we see love. Love begins is here, that's Ace of Cups, but I'm getting this heartache and loss. Through the heartache and loss, true love will begin, and it's giving love of self. It's giving an intimate relationship with the divine authority within yourself. This authority is the Omega, right? So it could start there. Somebody could come from a programming of everything is Father God, Father God, Father God. And you may get took back to realize that it's some other God, Mother God, Mother God, Mother God, Alpha energy, Divine Feminine. So that could be a part of your journey. So rest and reconsideration is here. Meditation. Rest your mind and reconsider. Reconsider everything that you've ever been told. Everything is on the table. See, deception and envy. And look, heartache is here again on the other side. Underneath this new beginning or prosperity, something like that. Awareness is there. See, allow yourself to be like, everything can be questioned. There is nothing that I cannot or will not question. Hey, Elsie, thank you so much for tapping in. I'm hearing the best part of waking up is a whole new life in your cup. Third eye. Somebody's waking up. Waking up. Somebody is waking up. Yeah, a teacher and suffering in silence. So I don't know if you need help. You could have been this teacher. You could be this teacher because the King of Wands is like a spiritual leader. Look at the suffering in silence with that wand. But you climbed up and you made it to the mountaintop and you were able to look over. The King of Wands kind of sometimes we liken him to Moses, just like that character in the theology, right? Look at those two wands. And Moses was sent up like to the mountaintop and it came down with something, right? So you could definitely be finding out that you are supposed to go on some sort of divine mission. And that's what we be feeling. You know, like our walking stick to us, this is our wine. And I don't know why that's so significant. Because when we started doing work such as this, yeah. When we started doing work such as this, it was a lot of people that didn't understand. Well, can't you do it without cards? Yeah, we could. We don't need cards to say what we're saying or to bring the message that the Spirit gave us. You know, we could definitely rely just on intuition. But it's so many words. And everything belongs unto the Most High God. So if they want to bring it, they can bring it. And there's so many ways that the Spirit speaks to us. See, I told you, the Spirit is bringing somebody new vitality. And they want you to trust. To give so much trust, right? It's like this food energy that they got you. And that you're not going to run off a cliff. That you're not going to be in a space where they're not with you. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people will tell you that you will be running towards damnation when you're not, right? The Spirit is just asking you to open up because they are getting ready to illuminate you about something. That's the sun energy again. That's 19. It is helping you to strengthen your bond with the Most High itself, with your inner divinity. It's teaching you that the divine is within. It's helping somebody call their power back. Ace of Wands, power. Get your power back. Get your power back. And it's going to actually help you choose your battles. Yeah, it's power. Choose your battles, right? So, people are going to make you feel a kind of way, right? They're going to try to isolate you, make you feel discontent. That can make you feel bored, right? You can feel like people don't understand, and a lot of them don't. You're right. You're correct. They don't get it. You changed. They are right again. You have changed. You are changing. But it's a change that you need to undergo. You and the people that are around you may not be on the same track, not on the same journey. People with spiritual gifts or that have a purpose outside of just learning and growing, you know, they go through very hard situations to awaken them to what is really inside of them, right? And people can get it twisted like, oh, the trials of the chosen or the walk of the gifted is going to be like, oh, I can see everything and everything is going to be great, when that is so far from the truth. One of the most celebrated messengers, very gifted, very spiritual, you know, did not have the upbringing or the experiences in young life that how it was told to us, and a lot of it was kept out, because when you are a person whose throat is so powerful that what you say instantly manifests, you could walk over to a tree that's a fig tree that's supposed to self fertilize. It is a feminine tree that fertilizes itself, and if it's not doing it, that person could speak to that tree and that bitch shrivel up and die. That's a powerful ass tongue. And they told everybody that would listen, greater works can you do? Can you and will you do? The things that they were doing were not new. Like the person that they raised from the dead, I think was, they named him Lazarus, but that was not the first time that the dead had been risen. That was not the first time that demons had been cast out. That was not the first time any of those miracles, signs, or wonders had been performed. But for some reason, that's the incident that just stayed prominent. And if you look at the distortion of that work, that body of work, they tell you not to use your spiritual gifts. Oh, you can't do premonitions, you can't do foretelling, when that was a part of like everyday life during that time historically. Why did they all of a sudden not want you to use your sight, not want you to feel, not use your intuition, all of your senses except for the 5 primary ones that are only attached to the vessel? They don't talk anything about your spiritual senses that are with you, that are active all the time, that could be making somebody feel a kind of way because you're very sensitive to those things. It's like that little kid on the Sixth Sense, like freaking out all the fucking time because he sees shit and sense shit that other people are not able to see. And that's real. The way that they did the movie, of course, is a dramatization, but it's of a for real thing that happens. Mediumship is a real thing. Is that solar plexus? It is a part of the awakening, a part of what you can really do. You can. The power that's inside of you. The power that's inside of you. And it's a thing going forward with you choosing your battles, who you choose to engage with, and who I'm hearing how you choose to engage, not necessarily who, but I do feel a who, because everybody just don't need your attention, but it's going to be more about the how. Yeah, it's definitely something related to your destiny. You know, how strengthening these bonds, giving and receiving, what you putting out. I hope this is coming together, because all of that to say is that you being this person at Oddity, there's somebody or those who may not even know you, right, that will pray against you and pray on your downfall. Those people are deceived. They are not awake, right? They have some sort of indoctrinated programming that tells them that life only exists in a particular way, you know, and they can't let go. They're not even pure to what it is that they have been taught to believe. So that it's just more programming than anything else. But somebody will be under attack. Get ready for it, right? You will be attacked for going through this illumination. It's going to be people from your past, people that you care about. Hey, Christina. Thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you, beloved. Yeah, so the spirit is maybe kind of telling somebody to fortify themselves, fortify their mind, thicken your skin, toughen up. It's going to take a lot of courage and bravery to go on this pathway and to be true to it, because it's definitely not a fad. And once you start learning and you open up, you cannot go back. You can't. And it's like something to take seriously in terms of your intuitive wisdom, because you don't want to be out here just doing shit and be causing consequences for your life, because it's like acting from a foolish place just because you don't know. But just because you don't know doesn't mean you don't have a responsibility to learn. You do. Transformation 13. Somebody is definitely transforming. Who you used to be, you will not be. And once you go through this, you will never be the same again with, So stay with it, stay diligent. Understand that it could be times where you will feel lonely and isolated, but it's almost given like, in a sense, you already do anyway, which is why we kind of shared that bit of testimony, right? If you are a person with these spiritual gifts, you already know something is different. You already know that you don't truly vibe. So you could be doing one of two things. You could be either stretching yourself to be in a place, or connect with people in a certain way, or you could be diminishing yourself to connect with people in a different way. And this is not people that necessarily require you to stretch or to diminish. It's just because you're in between the lane. You're not in this lane and you're not in that lane. It's different. So if you want to connect, you have to either bring yourself down and decrease your sensitivity, or you have to stretch yourself up, right? Either way, because wherever you're at is not a lot of people in that space. It's not a lot of people that understand you. And it's like, I'm picking up like the things that we had to go through, and the spirit is telling us that, like, being able to figure out how to turn shit on and off. Certain gifts, we have to, like, if we're going around a lot of people, we really have to fortify our gates and our channels, and like, everybody is on guard. We have to feed our spiritual team. We have to offer. We have to really meditate and pray and have them seal and stand guard on the gates. Because otherwise, look, the telepathy start going. I start picking shit out your head. I'll pick up a deck of cards or something that we carry, and we'll be shuffling or some shit. We talking. The cards is speaking. The cards is telling you what you said or getting ready to say before you even fucking said it. You know what I mean? And I got people in my family that have experienced this and literally would say, would you get out of my head? Would you stop? But I have to be very mindful and on guard for it not to work. I have to be on guard to stop it so that I'm not prying into other people's shit. For kind of like Charles Xavier, but not to that motherfucking extreme. Not yet. I don't know how far it gets, but we're not there yet, right? But it's like when he had to really control the voices that, like, you can hear other people's thoughts and their feelings and what they're going through. For a while, we couldn't even go to dinner or like in restaurants. It was too much. You fuck around and sit down next to a person, and I'm sitting here. One, my spirit team, they want to pick. Alpha and Omega want to decide what they want to eat. My inner soul and the divine, what do y'all want to eat? So I'm going to let them go through the menu and pick out what they want. We talking just like I'm talking to y'all. Y'all want this? Nah, we don't want that. Which one? You want this one right there? You want that one right there? Okay, we going to order that one right there. So the waitress is looking at us like, who the fuck is this bitch talking to? That shit look a kind of way. And then we order exactly what they said. But I'm sitting there waiting for the shit, and there's people around me. This person is lying. And my spirit team is telling me real shit about the people sitting next to me. And I'm over here trying not to laugh, trying not to say nothing. Y'all, it was a whole experience. I'm trying to figure out how to be around people and population. Some shit crack open and illuminate in you. That gift come out. You might have to shut shit down for a minute. Like, look, we got to figure out. So yes, you will have a guardian that's with you to work with you, to show you, and they will lead you to different pieces of information, especially if there isn't a physical teacher around you to show you, to help you. In our family, like, there was nobody that talked about their spiritual gifts like that. My mother's side of the family is gifted, and my dad's side of the family is gifted. So I don't know why we was tapped, but I feel like we got a double dose poured in from both sides. It was like shit. And nobody talks about it. I'm one of the first, and at least 2 to 3 generations. Now, my paternal grandmother, people would say all the time that she practiced, but she practiced again, like we said, you know the ramifications of your magic. Every prayer has a cost, every spell has a cost, right? So whether you call it prayer work or spell work, same thing. Each one of them has a cost. You always give something at the end, do you not? I give honor. You start the prayer with a gift of honor, a gift of acknowledgement. It starts with the giving. Then you're praying for something. And then you give again. You give thanks. You give in honor again. Give in honor to who is the head of my, you know what I mean? It's always that. People don't think about what they're saying. But when there's a lot of people who come against you to pray against you, you will have to fight those battles. So be careful of your tongue and don't return their energy and like. Yeah, see, confrontation. You will have to face not only your shadow self and the things that you are not ready to release or to deal with your own programming, but you will have to deal with other people who are stuck in their shadow. In the moon energy, they are not yet awakened. They've been programmed, and you will have to face what they say, throat chakra, how they will pray against you, thinking that they're praying the right thing over you. It's a distortion. They think that they're praying the right thing over you, but they're not. Can you imagine, you know what I mean, the things that people say in terms, like demonizing certain things and how they pray against those demons, pray those demons away, pray that out of a person. I'm going to pray that demon about you. You know what I'm saying? It's that shit. I'm going to pray that up off of you. You never know who is praying against you. Challenging times. And so we do see emotionally withdrawn, right? Because you could definitely go through that. You could feel alone, like we said, feeling alone. But it's all to take you on a journey of mastery. It really is. And you're going to have to master how to protect your heart. You see how it's in there? Right? It's guarded. And that's what we were getting, tough skin. Right? You have to be tough. And you have to be convicted and the ability to stand on what you believe in, to go forward. Right? Otherwise, victory could be fleeting. 15, toxic energy. You have to protect yourself from a lot of shit that will come against you once you really understand what's within you and start to operate on it. Alpha energy, mother goddess is coming through. She births everything. She understands that you're going through this heartache and this loss, and she does want to give you a downpour of love, right? It's like connecting directly to it. I do see the 4 is giving achievements, is giving stable foundation. It's like being able to, I don't know why I'm kind of getting like going into the home, to the temple, the inner sanctuary, and feel her comfort, to kind of comfort you through the heartache and through the loss, through the changes. 3, 3, and 1 is 7. It's definitely giving me that. Something with the relationship, the house of partnerships and relationships. So somebody may need to look into their 7th house, because it does feel like that. Like the spirit is using part, and this has been coming up as a theme. See, chaos, conflict, and defeat. Right, when you get so defeated, because I'm getting this as being us, the trials of the chosen. Like you keep battling certain things, battling, and the spirit keeps putting you through another battle. Boom, another hit. Boom, another hit. Boom, another hit. Boom. All so that you can come into the place of conflict and defeat. Like you feel like you've been defeated by it, and you run back into the spirit, and Alpha pours in some comfort for your loving heart, because what she's doing is opening up your intuition through the hardships so that she can build a leader, take the lead, right? She's building the leader, building your trust, strengthening your bond with her. Right? This is the leader, the King of Wands, moving from the page, right? So just think, if you're this youngster that's been enlisted into this army like the Legion, right? You boots on the ground in this bitch on Gaia. Come on, with the universe trying to let you know what it is. They sent you here as boots on the ground. Like, but the first thing you got to do is go to boot camp. Okay? Don't forget that. Don't skip the part that all of this shit is boot camp. It's training you to take you from a page to a motherfucking king. That's what it is. And you can't come into kingship without going through the shit. You can't come into kingship without being in touch with the king within, the queen within, balancing your energies. Trust is strengthening those bonds. So strengthen yourself, strengthen the bond with the divine within. Continue to move forward. Know that everything is working out. It may still hurt you, because a lot of people be so like, oh, it's the new year, new energy. They will deceive themselves. You know what I mean? Because whatever you're supposed to be going through, whatever training that you're going through, is going to continue. And it's something about you getting the truth. And I don't know if there's something about you specifically. I don't know whatever it is that you're supposed to accomplish, you're supposed to achieve. But your awakening is pivotal in winning some sort of battle against something. I'm seeing this win or lose, throat chakra, destiny, and choosing your battle. It's something with this combination that's kind of leading me to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing here, like whatever your mission was, when you realize that you came back to do something, right? So always speak very highly, very positive over yourself. Speak power, speak life, speak vitality, speak I don't know, I was gonna say strength, but that's like power. And it's even something about over your past. Speak goodness, right? It's something about that energy. As you go through your awakening, right? You understand that your words hold a lot of weight. What you say over yourself, what you say, period, it manifests. So Spirit is saying, yes, you are correct. If you believe it, then you're right. If you believe it, then you're right. If you believe that you're not gifted, that all of this is a piece of a crock of shit, that is nothing but random cars flying out, and none of it has any synchronization, none of it is from the Spirit, is not giving you affirmation or confirmation because you just don't believe it, Spirit says you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But if you could see that, damn, how, is it that she's talking about enlightenment, and the sun has came out and enlightenment has came out 4 times in this reading? Is that coincidence or is that synchronicity? Is it providence? Right? When you are able to lean into that mindset and allow yourself to wonder, because it's something about taking the right action. I'm getting that's the thing. To allow yourself. For somebody, you may be a little bit defensive, a little bit guarded. You may be afraid that the Spirit is going to lead you somewhere that's going to have you out there. And it's like, it's not. So make the decision to go forward. There's nowhere that you could go that the Spirit not be with you, because the Spirit is you. It is everything in creation. Everything around you. Within you, outside of you, all of it. All of it is the Spirit. You are contained in it. The physical world is contained within the spiritual world, not the other way around. Yeah. See, and you will manifest anything that you need. And look, the first word is express. Gratitude. As if your plans have already come to pass. Why? Because they already have. You just don't know it. And the 2 of Wands is the plans. That they will work out. 3 of Pentacles. So this 8 of Cups, this journey, this spiritual journey, like, you don't have to be worried about it. You could release. You could rest. Don't stress. 4 of Swords. Magician. You just becoming who you already are. And you are already in the hands of the Most High God that orchestrated every element. Everything. So you can rest in your divinity like the Temperance Angel. That's what's already put in. And you do have a guardian that's with you. A guardian that's with you. To watch over you, to help you. Yeah. I invoke the highest light to guard my path, ensuring that only love and truth may enter my space. Love and truth. Light on voluntary escape that will come to you in truth to help guide you. Truth and clarity. Energetic purging. Release stagnant energy. Clear your field of anything that no longer serves your highest good. And it's something about divine timing. Definitely. Oh, yeah, you can get the hell out of here. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Be careful of scams. Call me now. Feed you free reading. Get your ass out of here. Tarot. You don't, no, no, no. Report. Get your ass out of here. Let's see. Unwanted. Get your ass out of here. And remove. Block. Please don't come over here and spam this channel. That's so fucking rude. That's so rude. Pick your battles and how you gonna handle it. That is very rude. That is very rude. Self-compassion is coming through. Nourish yourself through your food. It definitely will help you with getting into your intuitive wisdom, like unlocking things. How the spirit is speaking to you. Somebody, we've been picking up clear cognizant, like allowing your first man, your gut to speak. But if you have gut issues, then you may not recognize what it's saying. You may dismiss your clear cognizant or your gut for like some sort of digestive issue like IBS. And it's, you know, in order to get your gut healthy, you can get your messages. Yeah, to strengthen you spiritually. That's what we're getting. And we do see things blossoming. And you see how they're taking this light and they're putting out leaves. So they can take their light and they can harness it from the inside out, a page that creates that fire, that light within, and they can come into mastery and create material from it. Whatever you focus on will grow. And you can see the progression of the fire where it's manifesting from their intention, their passion, coming into this physical track of it turning into 3D material list. And it's giving me the leaves. And we always say that we are abundant as every leaf on every tree, every bush, every blade of grass. You know what I mean? So when you look out into nature, and that's what we were getting to, like somebody being called to nature. When you look out upon nature and you see how abundant it is. Some people will be like, well, it's winter, but isn't it trees in the winter that do not lose their freaking leaves? We did something here. We put something in here backwards. It's trees that don't lose their leaves. Fir trees, pine trees, like they don't lose their leaves in the winter. They stay fruitful. They stay abundant. Yeah, see? There's certain trees in the winter that do not lose their leaves. And so when the Most High God has his hand over you, it doesn't matter what you see. You have to know that you are infinitely abundant. Like, it doesn't matter. You always have leaf on your trees. That's what I'm getting. One more. This one. Is it one more? Okay. See, it's giving that indecision. I said one more, they said yes. And then they said one more and said yes. Okay. So, becoming aware. Awareness. Your awareness. Your enlightenment. Even the magician, which is number one in the traditional tarot, right? The magician being aware of how to manifest, how to use their spiritual gifts, the elements itself to create whatever they want. Look at the top of their head, their crown is on fire. It's definitely uploading to the ether, right? They're communicating. So they can create whatever they want. Because of that gift, obstacles and challenges are going to be before you. And it is something about going back, because I'm picking up on this bird is giving me something ancient, like when times when people wrote, you know, things on the wall that people still today cannot explain. You know, you go in some of those fucking old cave systems, you see shit like, how the fuck did they, why was they drawing airplanes back in fucking 8,000 BCE or some shit. How the fuck did they know about fucking spaceships way back then? How did they quantify this? Right? You will have to reconcile that. Choose your battles. Don't feel like you need to explain shit to no fucking body. If they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, the track that you're on, why you're being called to do things a certain kind of way, fuck them. Then you ain't got to make a believer out of them. You really don't. The spirit will do what it needs to do to have them believe what they want to believe. And sometimes them not believing in you is exactly what they need to do. Yep, we're going to say that one more time. Them not believing in you is exactly what they need to do. Because their disbelief can deepen your own belief. Their disbelief deepens your passion, your conviction to do exactly what the spirit is telling you to do, despite who believes in you. Yeah, it's like you're the one that got to get up. Are you going to let them stop you, or are you going to continue, right? Are you going to get going? Are you going to be impatient? Are you going to let them block you, let their impatience block you? No. See, there's definitely something about somebody that will try to block your fucking progression. So block out people who are complacent. Block out those who don't have patience, who don't display those attributes. If that's yourself, work on that. Work on your passion, your ambition, the power within. Right? Soulmate. For somebody, you could be connected to a person that may try to stop your destiny. It could be you marrying your energies. Right? Again, I'm getting somebody that's heavy Omega, Father God, but you may not realize that there's a Mother God, Alpha energy, the divine feminine that births all things, and that you are to integrate both of those energies to marry them within yourself. It will help you soothe. Just like your light and your dark, you're supposed to integrate your light and your dark, not, shun your shadow. You're supposed to dig into it. You're supposed to understand it. And you're supposed to use the strength that comes from that space. It feeds your light. They are inherent of one another. You can never have one without the other. They are twinned. They are mated. Soul-mated, beloved. Thank y'all so much for tapping into the Tears and We Tarot show. I appreciate y'all so much for sticking through. If you got the message, just for being able to hang out. I know it can be a little choppy, but that's just how we are. We get the messages come through us, so we have to harness it, understand it, communicate it, and it's a lot that is being fed. So somebody is going to be getting gift upgrades. The spirit is going to be working to elevate you and accelerate you. Whatever you understand or understand about yourself, understand that there's more. Overstand that there's more. There's so much more. So much more that you can do. So much more you're capable of. So much more to sense. So much more to know. And the more you know, the more you grow, the more awesome you become, the more people you're going to have in your energy, known and unknown, seen and unseen, that will be casting and forming weapons to come against you with. So always protect yourself. Make that a part of your daily practice, is to fortify your aura and your magnetic shield so that it could block out all of these things that are coming to you and you are safely contained within. Thank y'all. I love you just like I love me, because that's my capacity. But it's growing and expanding on a daily. So make it your mission to grow 1% daily. Be flexible and adaptable. Allow yourself to evolve. Thank you for being here, for listening, and just taking that little step. I love you like taking that little step. And you'll say, grow today. Grow today. So like when they started writing T-O, like my mind can already feel they wrote grow and then T-O. So I'm like grow today. But sometimes they will switch it up and I'll be hearing and seeing today, but they write something different. So if you are a person that is an automatic writer, if you are a person for some reason scrying is coming through or scribing as well. If you scribe or automatic write, you may notice that your gift is going to get deeper. Like you could have a feeling of what you think that your spirit guides are getting ready to say, and when they scribe it or you automatic write it, they could write something completely different. And what it's doing is showing you that you're not the one that's in control, you're not the one that's channeling it. It is the spirit itself that's doing it. So somebody needed to hear that. AL say that is much more coming your way. It is the beginning and it is the ending and everything in between. Yeah. So for somebody, it's so much more to be seen. They're telling me that you have unseen enemies. And you will always have. You will always have them. They will always be. So remember to protect and to fortify yourself. To the next now. I love you so much. What? For somebody, you need to speak protection over yourself. I'm hearing like a person that kind of talks about their past situations in such a way where it's kind of reinforcing the things that happened to you versus you being a victor or a conqueror over it. You know what I mean? Like, such and such is always coming for me or always coming for me or coming at me or things just like the challenges and how it's spoken in a way where it feels like the challenges are overcoming you instead of recognizing it from the point that if you're talking about it, then you already have overcome it. You did not succumb to it. You didn't fall to it. So therefore you are a victor over that thing. So change your language. Formulate it in a way that it has the feeling, the power, the passion that you have overcome any and everything in your past. Whatever it was, it served to make you better. It's serving your highest good. It's making you great. It was training camp. Like, you fucking did that shit. I know one of my motherfucking college courses to get them damn degrees up there. That last one, baby, passed that bitch with a D-. Did not give a... What? Fuck that. A D-, bitch, got it. Do it count. Yes. Did I get my credit? Yes, I'm out this bitch. Fuck that shit. Damn it. Took everything in me to get that damn D-. I don't give a shit. That's the best D- I ever earned in my fucking life. Sometimes you gotta talk about it like that. I mean, if you tried your best and you put your whole self into it, you better put that motherfucking D- on the wall, frame that bitch. I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody say. Why you frame this D-, bitch? You don't know what I had to go through to get this D-. I went to tutoring and stayed up all night. I did a study practice to get this bitch. I was studying for 2 hours or an hour and a half every motherfucking day, taking breaks and bringing snacks, and went to a tutor and all that shit. And I came out with a D-. You better give me my motherfucking credit and my goddamn degree. And I'm out this bitch. That's how you supposed to roll with that. Sometimes it don't be no motherfucking flying colors. You probably just barely could have scraped by. It don't matter. You got by. And then with that, I love y'all. Later. Mwah.